Gaming is magic. Sure, the avatars you play with might just be characters on a screen, but the excitement, that's real. If you can feel it, it must be real. And that's real magic.
Our best deals for your home and family at Hi-Fi Corp. Get this Lenovo 10.1-inch Android LTE tablet for $2,999, save $1,000. Or this Philips XL air fryer for $2,999, save $700. Or the Sansui 45-inch Full HD TV for $4,999, save a massive $1,500. Price is valid until 6 March. T's and C's apply. Hi-Fi Corp, your #1 deal destination.
Good evening, this is Eswatini TV News at 8, read to you by myself, Natile Sitole, alongside Zamanzi Manze. First up, let's have a look at our top stories.
The Deputy Prime Minister says teenage pregnancy is one of the issues affecting the country's socio-economic development. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Thuli Dladla, has welcomed 12 Eswatini students repatriated from Ukraine. The Minister of Finance says implementation of Interpol will help the government resuscitate financial and non-financial controls.
And now the news in detail. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Thuli Dladla, says the Kingdom of Eswatini took a decision not to vote when the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution on the ongoing situation between Russia and Ukraine. Dladla says the Kingdom is very concerned about the situation.
In a statement by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Thuli Dladla, says Eswatini is very concerned about the continued deterioration of relations between the Russia Federation and Ukraine and the developments signified by the military action between the two brotherly countries are regrettable. The minister says Eswatini notes the difficult issues under contention between the two nations. She says that Eswatini is encouraging a process of reapproachment through an honest engagement in dialogue and negotiation that will find a lasting solution and a permanent de-escalation of tensions. Dladla says all member states of the United Nations should work towards a unified purpose to bring Russia and Ukraine on the negotiation table, bringing along all means possible to broker a peaceful resolution in accordance with the UN Charter, which is a constant reminder about the goodness of humanity. Dladla further stated that Eswatini has a commitment to all countries, big and small, to show equal regard of dignity and relevance in a world that continues to be divided. Dladla says Eswatini is of the view that international law should take precedence and that the United Nations is very significant in playing its all-important role to mediate and persuade an inclusive process that will end the conflict with immediate effect. The minister says UN may not fail in this regard and should find its relevance to build bridges of peace and security by confronting the geopolitical challenges of the lifetime. In view of this, the minister says the Kingdom of Eswatini endeavors to establish avenues of bringing humanity together, unified in one purpose of respect, and will always advocate for peaceful coexistence among the nations of the world. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni in Babane.
The Deputy Prime Minister Tim Masuku says teenage pregnancy is one of the issues still faced by government in improving socio-economic development in the country. The Deputy Prime Minister has been speaking during the launch of the World Bank's report on the country's social assistance programs.
On Friday, the Eswatini government, in collaboration with the World Bank, launched a new report assessing the performance of the country's 5 social assistance programs. Speaking during the launch, the Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku said teenage pregnancy is one of the issues that contributes to the existing challenges faced by government on social protection.
There are gaps in the registration where parents don't care to register their children. This becomes a government responsibility, and it is a tall order to go from house to house to say to people, register your child. Some of the reasons you find that children miss registration is a result of the teenage and unplanned pregnancies. And this is important because because the teenage pregnancies sometimes is difficult to locate the father. There's a lot of denying paternity. That becomes a problem. And as we are in the process of reviewing the Children's Protection and Welfare Act of 2012, I'm going to come down hard on that aspect.
The SADC World Bank Country Director Marie-Francose Marinelli said their findings indicate that the Kingdom of Eswatini is on the right track in addressing socio-economic issues.
The Kingdom has done a lot, particularly in terms of the of resources. We always say, well, we need to see if we put the money where our mouth is. And in the context of the Kingdom, you have done so. I'm reading the numbers for the recent years where you have improved the fiscal funding from 458 million to 688 million of over a period between 2014 and 2017. So we see a significant increase in the way you are allocating the resources to the budget. And I think that more importantly, because it's important to talk about the numbers, but what has been the impact? And what our report says, together these 5 programs that the program director has mentioned and beyond have been able to reach 41% of the population of the Kingdom. So that is quite significant.
According to the World Bank report, the country's social protection programs reached out to 41.3% of the country's population and further reduced the poverty rate by 1.5%. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samkeswe Koza in Babane.
The Deputy Prime Minister Temba Masuku to the preservation of native languages are critical in mapping out the country's road to development. The Deputy Premier has been speaking when presenting the country's Siswati monolingual dictionary that was published by Imisebe Publishers.
The Deputy Prime Minister Temba Masuku has on Friday launched a Siswati dictionary called Umpanza, published by Imisebe Publishers. Speaking during the launch, the Deputy Prime Minister said native languages are the backbone of development for every nation. The Deputy Prime Minister says they play a critical role in mapping out a nation's road to development.
Lulwimi lwemdzaba angisho ukuthi ludlala inzima lenkulu ekubumbeni isive. Lulwimi lwethu lungumgubudla wokubuka nelikusasa nekugcina tintfo tethu sigcinele situkulwane lesidako. Lolwimi kungako kufanele ukuthi sakhele kulo siluthuthukise la sesiphila khona siphila nabo bonke abantu kepha kuyafuneka sigatshe ngekwethu ngakho ke kufanele ukuthi sithuthukise tinhlobonhlobo temibhalo.
The chairperson of the Siswati board, Thandi Dlamini, said the Siswati dictionary will help in preserving the country's culture.
Lolulwimi lwesiswati bekuthiwa ke lulondvolotwe la ekukhulumeni kuthiwe liyathuthuka lisuka kule generation leliya kulelinye kuthiwa tigcinwe letinganekwane kepha ke kubonakele tihamba tibese tiyasala endleleni setiphinze tihlukubetwa nalo ushintsho leselukhona.
Imisebe Publishers Managing Director Hlopsile Stromvik says they are happy to present the dictionary when the world is celebrating the Mother Tongue Month.
Imisebe ke ikhanze kukuhle ukuthi lo mfana lomusha amukelwe ngale nyanga yokugubha ulwimi. Asale ngithi nje ngaso lesikhathi sekugubha lolwimi njengoba salibekelwa ngumhlabuhlangene.
The Umpanza Dictionary will be available in bookstores starting from next month. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samkel Suekoza at Eswatini.
The Minister for Repatriation, Thuli Dladla, has welcomed 12 Eswatini students repatriated from Ukraine. Minister Dladla says all this has been possible through the friendship that the kingdom has with European member states. The minister was speaking at the KM3 International Airport.
12 Eswatini students pursuing their studies in Ukraine arrived at the King Mswati III International Airport on Friday and were welcomed by the Minister for Foreign Affairs in company of the Taiwan ambassador and EU ambassador representative. The minister, Thuli Dladla, says a number of friends of the kingdom played an important role in the repatriation process.
These acts and similar acts by numerous unnamed benefactors are evidence of the continued deep ties of cooperation between the kingdom and the European community and serves as a foundation for further consolidation. I wish to also express my humble appreciation to the Taiwanese government, who played a major role in ensuring that our students were safe and that they were accommodated in 5-star hotels. They were given food and also taken good care of. They even had lunch with one ambassador. I would also like to appreciate the governments of Serbia, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary and Romania, who have not only opened their arms but their resources.
The Taiwanese ambassador Jeremy Liang and the representative of EU Ambassador Robert Adam stated that they will continue to assist the kingdom, especially in such a trying time.
Taiwan and Eswatini, and I thank Minister Zaza for the trust in Taiwan. Once during the last weekend, when we first in contact with the minister, I quickly request the government and my colleagues in European countries to help.
The EU is a haven of peace. So it has been for decades. War has come upon our borders. I want also to thank the Ukrainian government, which, under very tense circumstances, was available to make all efforts possible in extremely difficult circumstances.
Philmon Malanvule, representing the parents, commended their majesties and the government for the assistance. In total, 62 students have registered for evacuation. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, pictures sourced from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Swazi students who are studying in Ukraine have arrived home safely from Ukraine and have thanked the government of Eswatini, especially the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Thuli Dladla, for ensuring that they come home safe despite everything while making means to come back home. The students came through the KM3 International Airport.
Simo lena la siwakhona simatimba shokuthi bekukasalungu ukuthi singahlala ngoba besingakaphephi njalo every 2-3 hours bekhala emasiren ukuthi siye kuma bomb shelters. So indlela lebe ibuka ngasiya phambili ukuthi sizame ngako konke sesibile sekhaya ngoba nabo lebalena bese babaleka nabo bayofuna la kuphephe ngakhona. Okusho ukuthi analo lihambo ke bekungasilo loluhle kakhulu ngoba kwekucala siya isikolo lokungona lesakuyela lena. Kwesibili le ndlela lesekube sekhanjwa ngayo ditimela bese ngasatholakali kwekuhamba nje bese ngasatholakali sikhanza sibhadala imali letimatima kakhulu ukuthi sikhona ukuthola amabhasi khanze ukuthi sihlanganisa kumele sihlanganise bo 50,000 ukuze sikhona ukuthola ibhasi
lekwasisida kakhulu ukuthi on day 1 after impi iqale make minister waka foreign affairs wavele wasukuma wasiconductor, so we managed ukuthi sihambe nga day 2. So leli dolobha lesuka kilo ke thine because emadolobha la affected kakhulu ngilala semnceleni nale Russia, so thine leli sisuka kulo belicishe lona lingathi lisekhathi kancane. So the only bomba army base on our city. Okay, gona vele it was scary and kudlutela ngisho etivalo imoto betimile vele kube sasithi sitawuhlala la basini singachubekele embili ngabe namhlanje ukusolo sitshela usisolo selayinini siyongena eborder, so it was much better to walk towards the border than kuma la khathe emotweni, so we had to walk for about 20 kilometers. Njengoba nishuthi nje apho umthwalo ngawa check emasondo ahliphikile suitcase etane emasondo lahliphikile, and another struggle is afike eborder nakhona a lot of people.
The Minister of Finance, Nuremberg, says implementation of enterprise risk management will help the government resuscitate financial and non-financial controls. The minister has been speaking during the launch of the country's enterprise risk management policy.
The Minister of Finance, Nuremberg, has launched the country's enterprise risk management policy. Speaking during financial controls and further ensure compliance to policies and procedures.
As articulated in the budget speech presented about a fortnight ago, the theme for the year is transformation through economic sustainability. Now that means making the right long-term policy and then implementing it consistently over time. The enterprise risk management policy is one measure that is given renewed hope of attaining this goal. The implementation of enterprise risk management will help resuscitate financial and non-financial controls, thereby ensuring compliance to policies and procedures.
The Auditor General, Timothy Matsabula, says this framework is very key to the public sector.
If now you give them a guide, while you're making a decision, you must consider this framework. Enterprise risk management framework is very key in the public sector. And without this framework or policy being in place in any institution, you're bound to get it wrong and or get surprises whereby things will just happen behind you. Actually, you get surprises that actually a lot of things actually went wrong.
Commissioner of the Anti-Corruption Commission, Representative Linda Dlamini, said the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini loses noticeable funds due to mismanagement.
It's exciting that we are doing this during our budgeting season. A lot of money is apportioned to a lot of projects. And we normally discover after the fact that we've actually lost a lot of money. We lose a lot of money as a country that could be used to improve our health facilities, fund a lot of social initiatives, and a lot of government programs. But at the end of the day, when we start construction projects, huge, massive construction projects, and they are not completed, but people are paid, it should worry everyone.
The Ministry of Finance, in collaboration with the Internal Audit Office, will soon conduct a capacitating exercise in 5 ministries. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samkel Swekoza at Eswatini.
The Minister of Education, '86 students.
The Good Shepherd Nursing College graduated 286 graduates in different categories in an auspicious event that was attended by parents, the Minister of Health, Liz Nkosi, the Minister of Education, Lady Howard, the Chairperson of the Ministry of Health in the House of Senate, Isaac Makakula, amongst others. As a result of COVID-19, students from 2020 and 2021 were graduating as well. The Minister of Education, Lady Howard, applauded the graduates for the hard work and determination despite
has impacted on the cognitive development among the students in meeting the diverse learning needs throughout their programs. This will culminate to a lifetime resilient character among students and staff. The diversity of the programs in terms of theory and practice has opened an opportunity for lecturers to devise new strategies in teaching and learning. Technology has also been put to good use.
The Minister of Health, Liz Nkosi, asked the private sector to absorb the graduates who are now skilled in the profession.
They carry the responsibility of bringing health services to the communities, from primary health care to tertiary care services in our areas. His Majesty's government has placed health as one of the priority areas in the National Development Agenda and in the Economic Recovery Strategy. Good Shepherd Catholic.
It's the OK Easter Hunt for $1 million. We're hiding $1 million in vouchers inside OK stores, and you can stand a chance to join the hunt and win your share. Simply buy any 2 participating products and swipe your count-on card, or enter by following the instructions on your till slip, and you could be selected to take part in the Easter Hunt in your local OK store. Don't miss the Easter Hunt for $1 million. Only at OK, owners you can count on.
Pep has amazing deals for soft, smooth skin. Buy any 3 100ml Bramley tissue oils for just 55, save 11. The savings don't stop there. Bramley body butter is now only $15.99, save 2. Treat yourself this winter at super low prices. Life's better with Pep.
Our best deals for your home and family at Hi-Fi Corp. Get this Lenovo 10.1-inch Android LTE tablet for $2,999, save $1,000. Or this Philips XL air fryer for $2,999, save $700. Or this Sansui 45-inch Full HD TV for $4,999, save a massive $1,500. Prices valid until 6 March. T's and C's apply. Hi-Fi Corp, your #1 deal destination.
U.S. Ambassador to Eswatini, Jim Malani, has encouraged communities to ensure that more women and girls take part in agricultural projects to ensure food security. Malani was speaking during the official launch of Eswatini Women and Girls Communal Garden.
The Mary D. Isibuko Serenity Foundation, in a bid to ensure food security at Eswatini constituency, Girls Communal Garden, will now be in a position to improve the livelihood of 120 homesteads. According to the American Ambassador Jean Maloney, the project would benefit more than 2,000 people from 320 households.
I'd like to encourage you to ensure that more young people participate in this project. Involving young people in the gardening project will help them gain agricultural, leadership, and business skills, while also promote the sustainability of the project.
The Mary D. Isibuko Serenity Foundation's Chief Executive Officer, Dudu Dube, says about 50 girls and boys will be mentored under this project in Eswatini.
Through the sales and profits that the women will make, a household will be able to have nutritious, balanced food, and that is going to guarantee food security. Vision of empowering women and girls. Without your sponsorship, this dream will not have been a reality.
The women's representative, Pindile Dlamini, encourages the women to work in unity.
Siyathanda ke nokuthata bona bomake sebayinhlangano ukuthi kuqhubeka lokuhle noma ke info lenta intuthuko lekhonsako kuhlanganyela ngebunye.
The regional secretary's representative, Mnikeni Dlamini, says they all come. She also says that they fully support the project. She further urged the women not to leave their girls behind.
Kugcinwa kokudla ngitona tinto letihamba embili lithi-ke lihhovisi bekunene likhona likanye nani tikhalo tenu nako konke leningakukhala likanye nani so qhubekani liyanibongela.
Jacob Vilagati, representing the Sibuyeni Chiefdom, says they are fully behind the women's project. The project is supported by the U.S. Ambassador Special Help Program. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni in Esibuyeni.
The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoba Khumalo, has today officially opened the Nhlangano branch of Century Fashions. Speaking during the launch, Khumalo says it is fulfilling to see more businesses being opened. He says this is a positive sentiment around the economy and developing, which government fully supports.
Commerce, Industry and Trade Mangoba Khumalo says even though the COVID-19 pandemic has affected businesses in the country, it is gratifying to see businesses being opened in the midst of the COVID-19 constraints. Khumalo says the opening of Century Fashions in Nhlangano is yet another confirmation that Nhlangano will grow to be as big and developed as Mbabane and Manzini. He says Nhlangano is one of the towns which records the highest number of employment creation currently in the country.
The COVID-19 pandemic has negatively affected business in all sectors in the Kingdom of Eswatini. It is very gratifying to witness the opening of a new shop by Century Fashions here in Nhlangano in the middle of this global pandemic and an economy that is generally not performing at its optimum. We cannot also forget the recent impact of the civil unrest to business because a lot of businesses, but I'm happy to say through the support of His Majesty's Reconstruction Fund, a lot of these businesses are back in operation right now. Again, I've mentioned that Century have employed more than 250 Eswatini in different businesses, which are in the retail sector as well as the food and beverage industry. This company's contribution to society has also been excellent.
Century Fashions Group CEO Mansuri Chowdhury thanked the minister for taking time to officially open the shop.
I really thank from my bottom of my heart, and I appreciate it, and I hope you will support us as a business. You are the commerce minister of the country, so that means all the businesses in your control, and you see how you can help the business people and how we can help also country to build up the country, to build up people, to see how to create more jobs, build the people to the job, and thank you very much.
Minister Khumalo says government has devised strategies that will create at least 4,000 jobs in Nhlangano over the next year or two. Khumalo says this verifies that indeed Nhlangano will be the next economic capital in the country. Sifiso Ngumalo with Smuva Shongwe for Eswatini TV News in Nhlangano.
We'll have a look at our financial markets.
Standard Bank. It can be.
Good evening once again. You are still watching Eswatini TV. Let's have a look at our sports news. Mbabane Highlanders director Ali Khomongwe says there is more work that needs to be done by the team in the second round of the current MTN Premier League season. Khomongwe says there is also a need to reinforce the squad if they are to stand a chance to win this year's league. Khomongwe was speaking to Eswatini TV Sports in Manzini.
Following Mbabane Highlanders' defeat on Wednesday against Royal Leopard at the Mapso Sports Centre, where they lost a chance of clinching 200,000 Emarangeni carrot of first round in their 2-0 defeat, Highlanders director Ali Khomongwe says more work will be done by the club to ensure that they keep on chasing this year's league title. Khomongwe says amongst the things to be done will be to reinforce the squad.
I think we are going to break the bank. Remember, we have two foreigners that we are still looking at them. They don't give us what we expect. Then in terms of this kind of a game, it's a learning curve. We are learning where we need to be far. And then I think we got to pick up the mistake, to identify the danger zone. So we already see where we are lacking. We are running with only one striker. When one striker have a fatigue, he can't manage everything. And remember, we play with a team that have players all over the country. You understand? So we are just coming there, but fortunate enough, we are matching them and we are pound to pound with them. So I don't see them that they will give us a problem when we come to the second round.
Highlanders' first game will be against Manzini Wanderers at the Mapso Sports Center this coming Saturday. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabiso Nsonera, Manzini.
Premier League of Eswatini Chairman Mark Carmichael is urging football fans to keep their cool when games are underway. Carmichael says the Premier League will take serious measures in the second round of the league to ensure that there is no misbehaving from supporters during the games.
Premier League of Eswatini Chairman Mark Carmichael says the first round of the current MTN Premier League season was indeed an entertaining one, where clubs showed their strength. The chairman is urging supporters to keep their cool on stadiums, as there will be serious measures come second round of the league.
Well, if you look where we come from COVID, fans haven't been allowed for 2 years in the stadium, and certainly emotions will run high. We don't condone it, but it's work in progress, and certainly the passion is there, but yes, we request teams to put more control. With the quality of football, we're very happy with the football displayed today. Sibonile nje ukuthi ama-team anyusile, and the first round prize goes down to the last 5-10 minutes of a match. Shows that the quality, the competition was very good.
The second round of the league kick off this coming weekend. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabiso Nsonera, Manzini.
That's all for now. Before we go, let's have a look at our top stories.
The Deputy Prime Minister says teenage pregnancy is one of the issues affecting the country's socio-economic development. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Thuli Dladla, has welcomed 12 Eswatini students repatriated from Ukraine. The Minister of Finance says implementation of enterprise risk management will help the government resuscitate financial and non-financial controls.
And with that, we sum up our bulletin for the evening. Up next is the weather update. For myself and the team, thank you for your company. Good night.